Oh, and that's wrong. Ah! Where's the roleplay chat? There we go. Hello, everybody. And welcome to week 9 of Stars About Number Abaddon. And we'll get straight into it, I guess. I don't feel like there's any reason to delay. What happened last week? And in that, what goals did you guys accomplish last week?
Who wants to go first?
Oh, fuck, I don't even remember.
You just volunteered, Quack.
Well, I'll go first.
I know Matua's off the top of my head.
What I did last
My
week
goals?
was kind of got pissed off with Matua, left her in a nightclub to get drunk.
Oh, that's right. I remember everything.
Those were your goals?
No, my goals had nothing to do with Matua.
Really?
Nope.
Oh my god.
That strikes me as a problem, Quack. You suck at making
My
goals.
goal was with Constantine, but I never did it.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yes, it was. So instead, I went to the Psychic Academy, revealed that I was alive to the guy in charge, who's probably going to tell me that I am alive.
Good job, Spider.
I then managed to acquire some equipment from him that's kind of shit. And I got really pissed off with Matua because I was psychically connected to her and she was extremely drunk. So I went to the tattoo parlor she was in, knocked out her date, knocked her out, and then teleported the ship, abandoning her in the medbay.
It's an accurate
And
construction of that.
what goals, if any, did Gwen get?
Acquire resources to continue / start my research into augments.
Okay, cool. And you get Gwen. I really should have got to the page before, whilst Gwen was, talking.
You probably should have. Or badly.
Week 8. You get 3 experience for that.
Woo! I have
Who's
7
gonna-
experience. Who's next?
Matua, what did you do?
Last week, 2 weeks ago, Matua took it upon herself to ingratiate her with the punk crowd, taking on her full punk persona. It's like a fursona, except it's punk. She
Oh, it hurts me.
She went. I know it doesn't. That's why I do it. She went full punk. She has barbed wire in her hair. She now has a tattoo of her favorite punk band that I do not remember the name of.
Don't forget it's covered in spiders.
It's like spiders. It's a whole cool thing. And then
What was your punk name?
Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus. I don't remember what the band name was. I'll find it later. That's basically all I did all session, was hang out with punk people and get a massive back tattoo.
Do you remember your goal?
Yeah, get back to me on that.
It was okay. So it was fit in with the punk crowd. Was the one you got?
That's it. Yeah,
That's
it.
And normally I think that'd also be like a 3 experience. You get 5. Like that was awesome.
What?
Like Matua, like she
embraced it.
permanently changed her body, like with tattoos, to fit in with this crowd. The scenes were awesome. Yeah, the 5, go for it. You get your bonus too
Sweet.
for that goal being awesome, and like for it complicating the lives of other crew members.
My XP has reset itself to 0.
Sounds like a
Let me
Matua
figure that
problem.
out. Sounds like a Matua problem.
Nut or Morgan. What did Morgan do?
Well, I totally pursued my own selfish goals instead of being the usual. So I protected Matua by having Gwen look after her.
That really didn't work.
She is still alive.
Yes,
Thus
but
she's
now
protected.
But now we're both more angry at each other than we've ever been before.
Yep. I learned about Arlene's sister, and I'm pursuing fighting some sort of combat master in some sort of underground fighting pit in the near future.
Sweet. And of that, what were your goals that you achieved?
Well, I am guiding Arlene Santos towards her next kill, which is obviously her sister's husband or something. I don't know. I protected Dr. Matua. I think I achieved this. I did it.
Morgan did definitely take steps to protect Matilda. Whether those steps were successful, he still took.
I really don't think that worked.
Hey, if Liam's giving me
Look,
5 XP for fitting him with the pump crowd, not to say
I
for his minimal efforts.
Look, this initial statement was you had to be protected. The next statement was persuading Gwen to look after you, and I did that.
He didn't look after her.
But you did. You said yes.
Yeah.
You saved her from a tattooist that she wanted to be with.
I got the tattoo though. That's all that matters. I'm now more punk than ever.
You're gonna regret that one day. In character.
I
think
really
she
regret it.
So
Yeah.
I'd say I achieved the goal of protecting Matua.
I think you
agree.
did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did not.
Bullshit
I,
rules
and
that
I
we do
pursued,
XP, I agree.
No.
I
You
pursued the other goal.
achieve
But
the
it
goal of persuading me to do it.
hasn't happened yet.
Wait, what?
I
What?
pursued Arlene Santos killing someone. In the near future.
Oh, I thought you were saying you never convinced Quack to protect Matua. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
And I'd say I definitely pursued defeating a combat master because right now I'm the champion of the underground fighting ring.
Yeah, sure. You said Morgan has set himself up into a position where he may very well come into contact with a combat master. Yeah, sure.
Morgan, how many XP do you have before the session?
5.
I had 4.
I had
Lane?
2.
Alright, I'm somewhere in there then.
But you haven't told me how much XP I get, so
Yes.
we'll see.
So yeah, you can grab for those. You can get 4 experience.
Sweet.
And Constantine, what did Constantine do?
Stuff and things. We're back on my home planet right now. I used my musical abilities with my fans and stuff to get us a free room, which we never used because somebody decided, nah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're setting up meet and greets, getting to the heart of some of the more sturdy people in
Random
the punk
concept.
district. I met Leona's parents. I got engaged. And yeah, probably. And I think I figured out what the second hint was that you gave me about how we can get the Mars people on our side. That's not a goal. I just think I figured it out.
Yeah, sweet. And what goals did Constantine achieve in that session?
Meet Leona's parents. Very, very hard goal. Very, very like 10 XP.
That was the hardest goal you've ever done.
And I used my musical talent and ability to help the party.
Sweet. Yeah, so you can get actually yours. I don't remember off the top of my head. Constantine.
It was bad, man.
It's 18 XP to level 5, right?
Ah, cool.
Yep.
I don't remember. You get 4 experience for those 2. And on top of that, everyone gets 3 experience for last session because you were.
Oh shit.
You meant 4 total, correct?
Yeah, you got 4 total, and then you get the 3. Everyone gets 3 on top of what I told them. for...
Halfway there.
I'm at 14.
I'm at 10.
Fuck you. Fuck you too.
I am level 5. This has
Get
become...
How are you at 14?
How are you level 5?
It's 12
how are
experience,
you
right?
at 5?
It's 18, I think.
Yeah.
It is 18.
Oh, well, I need 4 experience then.
You know what? Fine. You guys can be in your
Wait,
double
I'm
digits.
fine
You
going
know.
with 12. If we want to go with 12 not, I'm totally cool
No,
with that.
no. This is fine. I will make good goals and become level 5 next session.
No, you won't.
Sweet. All right.
So, also the last thing we did, but no one's goals were involved in it, we planned what we're doing.
Kind of.
We want to start a concert, then start a riot, then steal shit.
Yeah,
in that order.
some degree of that plan, or plan used loosely. Cool. All right. So how for one bit of my clarification, the one bit of this that I don't remember, the meeting that you set up, Constantine, with all of the people from the punk crowd and then the more dodgy people. When did you set that for? Did you say a time?
I said within the next few days.
Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah, I don't think we set an exact time for anything.
Sweet. So is there anything anyone would want to do in that time, or can we start with that meeting?
How much time after the concert will we be spending on Mars? Like, I'm asking the group. What's the plan now?
it all depends. Like, we
'Cause
want to do what the EDF tells us.
there's something that Myra wants to do that might take a bit of time.
And that is?
Acquire a database of animal DNA from Mars.
Mars has no native animals, so that's not going to be very easy.
It definitely will have a zoo.
Yes, just
Yeah.
he's got to steal a zoo, Matt.
No, like, so I'm wondering if that's something I should do in that 4 days or after.
Well, that's up to you. I think if you were
you could
if you
do
were
it
asking
after.
round, yeah, you know that. If you're asking round, you think the like some sort of research institution in Olympus Mons is probably
I think there'd be like a zoo for rich people or something, like something that has animal,
I'm sure
There-
somebody owns a Martian cat.
something to do.
yeah.
with
There wouldn't
animals.
be like I guess there wouldn't really be like a zoo or anything like that, but there'd be like a research institution that might have what you're looking for. Yeah.
It's Mars, so you're not going to find much.
Come
Well,
on,
I figure,
people,
like, just
rich people
the-
would have been importing their pets and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, and their genetic structure might have changed over time because they're on different gravity and stuff. So
I've definitely
Cats
brought
that live
this
in
up.
spaceships no longer have legs.
I mean, the question here, Matt, is do you want this to come down to a connect roll? Or do you want to
To role
do
play
it
it.
differently?
I'm totally fine doing either. Though I'm fine doing either. It depends what we want to spend most of the session doing.
If we
Because I
start
don't.
with the
Yeah,
meeting.
okay.
Like, the meeting isn't the concert, right? The concert is still yet to come.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is kinda
yeah,
like
that was only discussed between us. There hasn't been any plans
Mhm.
for it yet.
So yeah, I think we fade up in what essentially looks to be like a storage warehouse, kind of very very back end of nowhere, and the crew we see the crew approaching a door down a kind of backwards hallway, and they get let through to a second hall of this warehouse, and we see in the second hall a moderate-sized gathering of assorted people, mostly Martians, and you can see from the elongated frame and all those tallest builders. There's a few spaces in there as well, and then probably no Earthers, so it's just Martians and a couple of spaces. What do you guys do?
Is there any security? Like Mars security, whatever they're called?
There's no security force.
I really hope the Mars security wasn't we should check out that storage building that no one ever goes to.
Well, yeah,
Never know.
there's no security force there.
I will, however, tell Elkie this is the best you could do, a storage room in some abandoned part of the building.
He shrugs at you.
Damn you.
He shrugs at you. He says, "What? You want security here?"
Fair enough, Elki. Fair enough.
Yeah. They waiting. Gestures towards like where a few of the like containers and stuff have been like, you know, moved around to form like an elevated platform in front of the group.
Ah. So, in my mind's eye, I see Constantine very like almost militarily decked out, like you know when like punk bands wear like the military clothing
Sure.
and stuff like that. Yeah, like something like that.
Is it
Got a
military
red
or marching
armband
band?
on.
I was gonna say, what military? So like, you've got like EDF. You could get like EDF, private security, or like the Martian garrison have their own EDF based but slightly modified.
Or is it generic marching band?
Or yeah, just like
It's generic, like old-timey military
cool.
uniform. So like,
Sick.
because fuck wearing the EDF stuff. That will paint the wrong picture I'm going for right now.
Red coat.
Alright, cool.
No, red armband. Yeah. So I look at all the people gathered, and I make sure Morgan is to my left, like directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this where we're showing the video?
That'll be
No.
there's. Yeah, we'll show the video at the end. I think that was the plan. Friends, comrades. This may be a surprise to you all, or it may not be. Who knows? But I know we've heard stirrings of rumblings here. That you, like us, those who have fled Mars, are tired of the oppressive EDF upon us. Murmur, 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 murmur
Yeah, it's like a
in the
cheer.
crowd.
There's
Yeah.
like you're playing to the right crowd here, right? And like looking around,
Yeah.
you see not only people from like your fan base, right? There are people here from that have like
Businesses.
gang tattoos and stuff. There's a pretty heavy criminal element here.
My people. And then I kind of swell up a bit. And so I would ask you all, I have a way that we can get arms here, that we can stage guerrilla warfare here, that we can take back the red from the dirty blue earthers.
Cheer again.
And then I play the video.
Okay, cool. So yeah, the
You see
video.
Gwen sitting behind a projector.
The video scrolls through, and people watch, and it eventually comes to an end. Can you roll me? I guess like notice with charisma, just to kind of like assess the reaction of the crowd.
Okay. Uh-oh.
While he's doing that, can I see if there's anyone who's out of place in the crowd?
Sure.
Where are the skills now?
Would
I
that-
can
Just
that
just
be-
look to your top right. You'll see a quick menu. Just click skills,
Okay.
and you see in the chat window all of your skills will pop up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think I did this last time.
Do I notice anyone out of place, Liam?
No, I don't think you do.
Okay.
Whether that's because there's nobody there or because you don't notice them is
Yeah.
left to the imagination.
Do my shark instincts pick up someone smelling of rat?
Do you wanna roll me a notice as well?
I think you
Sure.
need cat instincts for that, not.
No. Haven't you seen the shark movies? They have like electrical sensors, so
It's
they're
like
like.
sharks and rats. That's shark. It should be shark, cats and rats.
All right, sweet. So, Constantine. General reaction from the crowd is that they're liking it, right? They seem to dig it. There's a small group, probably like front right of the crowd, who seem more skeptical. They're all wearing the same. You can see at least part of the same like gang tattoos somewhere on each of them. And Morgan, you see like near the back of the crowd, someone who looks too okay. So to your eyes, they look too proper to be here, right? Like if you look at the rest of them, this is a criminal group. This is punk rock. This is, people who aren't wearing like nice clothing. This is somebody, and you can kind of tell by the way they're standing, by the way they're looking around. This is someone who is dressed up to look like that, but they don't fit in here, right? They're standing too straight. They're standing too straight. They're standing, they're too alert. They're noticing too much, if you will. Yeah, they don't fit in with this crowd.
Are they dressed up as punks?
No, like they're just like a lot of the people here are wearing.
So like a bad version of a cop dressing like a criminal.
Something like, right?
Liam, does it look like Matua?
No.
I think she's so it's a female Martian, and yeah, she's average height for a Martian. Her like brunette hair is pulled back into a tight bun, and she's got technician's overalls on. But yeah, there's just something about her like overall, I guess, air that doesn't seem quite right. And yeah, Constantine, you see this group near the front who definitely aren't reacting the same way. They're all looking towards
you're not playing to their interests.
Probably like a middle-aged woman, Martian in kind of she'd be wearing like some sort of like working overalls. And yeah, they're all kind of like looking at her, and she's kind of got her arms folded and is looking up at you kind of skeptically. And as the film kind of rolls to an end, you have an opportunity to act before. Like, you see her like getting ready to like step forward, right? If you want to do anything.
I do. I step up to them. I put my arms out. Comrades, we're all here for the right reasons, yeah? What do you expect? What do you need? What do you want from this meeting? We are Martians through and through, and we need to be unified, together, against the proletariat of the EDF.
See, the kind of like middle-aged woman like smiles, and she says, "Do you know who we are, boy? All of us here." Kind of gestures behind her, gestures her own like forearm that holds the gang tattoo.
Do I know who they
are? Yeah, I think you do. I think you know enough about this kind of culture. They're the Rouge Collective, and they're a resistance group that's been around for a very long time. They've been doing this thing that you're saying you're wanting to do. They've been doing this for years now. Resisting established authority. If you've heard of some sort of terrorist attack, it's probably been them. Like, yeah, they've been doing this for a while now.
So they're the Mars-based owl people?
Yeah, like they'd be the equivalent, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, they're like
owl. And she kind of like smiles up at you and says, I've been doing this since before you were born. I've been resisting established governments since before, and she like gestures at like the rest of your group before any of you were born. You walk in here and you suggest that you know how to do this job better than us.
Oh man, this is when you turn on the sly car salesman wink, and it's like, I've got the tools you need.
I look at her and say, "Of course I've heard of you. You're what inspired me as a child. What has always made me have resentment towards the EDF, beyond their parting gift to me." And I trace my hand down my scars. You are people Why do you think you are here? I wanted you here because I need someone who knows this business already, someone who can counsel, someone who can advise, someone who can help me form the core of this group. Duh.
And roll me a talk.
And
Ah.
I was hoping more for like pulling out the like, here's my shopping lists. I have
Yeah,
lots of guns.
that's basically what Gwen wants to do. Like, I just want to say, we have the equipment you need to do this. We just need help in getting it done. Everything you need, we can acquire.
Where are the where the rest of us standing?
Nearby.
Up to you.
Okay, cool.
So are you helping me? Or
Yeah.
That was me trying to assist.
Roll.
How
roll.
does help work in the system? Is it
You roll, and if you get a 6, more than a 6, you add a +1, I think.
Do you want me to roll then as well?
Yep. I mean, if you want to help, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Get your plus.
so
I assume the
12 is still
charisma-
only a +1.
Charisma.
Well, there we go.
Nice.
Alright, nice. She kind of looks you up and down and says, and you kind of see like a smile break across her face. And she says, adoring fans. Didn't expect that. Good answer. And she kind of looks around at the rest of her group and says, so you have a plan? Something more than a fancy propaganda video?
Duh. We are working on a plan. However, something has come to my attention that I was wondering if I could ask the people gathered here. There is apparently an actual political party now who is trying to get the EDF off planet, going to the insert top title of Mars planet here, and trying to get him to reform from the ground up what we are, to get the EDF, the Earthers, off of our place as a military. I was wondering if anyone knew who that group is, or those people are.
She and the same woman you've been talking to, she shakes her head. She says, puppets. They are puppets. EDF, the government wants to show that the Martian people have a voice.
Well, if it's all that is, it wouldn't be so hard to replace them, duh?
Yeah, gestures. That would be the idea, I assume.
Yes. Now, to a part of the plan that we have discussed in private before coming here, because we did not want to come here empty-handed, we are going to stage an act of EDF aggression. We are going to host a concert for Martians, free of charge, of course, and once it gets too rowdy, the EDF will come in and take shots and do horrible things to our poor people.
Just at this moment, Morgan, are you watching the person in question? She
Are they wearing like some sort of communication device?
so you see her like she like roll me another notice, please. Let's see how much of her fine details you know.
Morgan, have you pointed her out to the rest of us, or are you just watching her yourself?
Why would I point her out to the rest of you?
Opportunity.
That would be horrible. notice. I'm pretty good at noticing.
Cool.
Not.
So you see, like, she like puts her hand into the like pocket, one of the pockets in her overalls, and you see like a glow from the pocket, and then it like turns off again, and her hand comes back out, and she looks like, so at first she seems like she's gonna like try and hide what she thinks, and then she looks like horrified. And that like flickers. You see like the horror like flicker across her visage, and then it goes away. And then she looks pissed.
Oh, she's angry that she got horrified and blew her disguise.
But,
And then yeah, Constantine. You can continue.
yes. And when this act of aggression happens, our people are a powder keg. But right now they're unlit. They don't care either way if the EDF is here. They're not happy about it, but it's life, you know. So if they finally see what the EDF truly thinks of us, we will have an army. We will have our sickle and stars. We will have our common folk. We will have the means to push the EDF off of our planet.
Or at least start the rebellion.
Okay. Yeah, people seem to react to this pretty well. I think so. The woman you've been speaking to, Constantine, she kind of waits for the roar to die down, or the din to die down, and she says, "Who leads then? Once the
Who
EDF
leads
are gone,
then?
do you have a plan for the future?"
Of course we do. We, the group that we set up here, or possibly the person we put in line for the political office, they will seize power, but in truth, the core will rule. The core will take care of Mars from that point, and you will have outside assistance from the Spacer Liberation Front on top of that. An alliance, so Earth cannot just come back and smash you.
Yeah, you see, she raises an eyebrow at the mention of the Freedom Front. She says, "The Spacers, caring for anyone but themselves. I'm doubtful."
This is where
Myra-
Gwen steps forward.
Okay.
I'm a spacer. I've been to the Freedom Front. I've worked with them for a while now, and yes, they're not normally ones to work with non-spacers, but we're in a time of need where both groups need to come together and work to get the EDF away from us. We've been under their thumb for too long doing this.
She like laughs. She says, "Him?" And she points to like a member of her group who's a spacer. He's a spacer too, but he came to Mars, and after a lengthy discussion, we convinced him of our ways and what we do. It's not too different from what he was doing with the front." "Him?" She points at him. "Him had a brother, and his brother did not agree. He kept calling us fucking dusters, and Inez just the same." And him,
Myra pipes
the-
up when she says, like when she says like the last like the fucking dusters thing, Osiris pipes. Osiris pipes up. Yo. One thing the Martians and Spacers have in common is a very strong and deep hate for Earthers and the EDF. You guys don't have to get along.
She steps forward, and she's like, "So what you doing here, Koyo?"
Oh, Arthur!
One thing. You guys don't need to get along. You don't need to play nice. You don't need to like each other. You can hate each other. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you help each other take out the EDF threat. They hate them as much as you do. You hate them as much as they do. There's no point in going at it alone when you could be fighting the same enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So she looks as like probably like halfway through the enemy, and she looks towards Constantine and says, "Who's the Earther Pet? Why is she here?"
I smile and say, the one thing that I've noticed that pushes the front and rebellion away from people is they don't accept all ilk into their creeds. Her? The EDF probably hate her more than every Martian and Spacer combined. She is more outcast than anyone.
Cyrus nods. That would be accurate.
She created that. I point to
Yeah,
Morgan.
fuck the man. Come on, Spider.
So Gwen says she created that and points to Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Gwen says that, and before anyone can say anything else, Cyrus says, I can create more. A powerful army for the Freedom Front or the Martian. What is this group called?
The Rouge Collective.
A powerful army for the Rouge Collective. For the Resistance. To fight the EDF. They have more troops, they're better equipped. But going up against a 7-foot-tall shark person who can rip their spines out of their throats, they got nothing for that. I can give you that. We can give you that.
She laughs. They got power armor and destroyers. Ain't nothing your shark boy can do if he can't
You
get inside.
have not seen Morgan fight. Put Morgan up with a person in power armor, he wins 5 times out of 5.
She laughs. Spits. Bullshit. No one wins.
Who's your best fighter? Who
Exactly.
here?
Oh no!
In the video,
Who
we
here?
was there any footage of the destroyer we destroyed?
I don't know. Did it, Constantine?
What?
Was there any footage of the ship we destroyed?
In the video? No,
Yeah.
but like I've been asked to when I asked them, I told them to cycle stuff to me, so I could show that as well.
Yeah, like I
Just
want
cam
to
feeds.
say we have footage of what our small team has done to the EDF. Just us alone.
I made sure to cut out the part where me and Morgan get shot really badly. That did.
That didn't happen.
And then yeah, I'd probably just like play that.
As that's playing, Cyrus continues. I've seen Morgan take on a man with a slug thrower shotgun. Walk away
Just
just
cut to
fine.
Oh man.
Kill the shit out of him. You put up him against any of your best fighters, Morgan wins. Morgan is strong. Stronger than you can imagine.
Yeah, she shrugs. She says, didn't say anything about my best fighters. That thing, that kills me. I'm a best fighter. I'm convinced of that. But a Marine in power armor, he kills me too.
And Morgan
Some of
kills
that
them.
equipment we
I've
acquired.
seen Morgan kill them.
Also, I think we're all deviating from the core point. We have a guarantee that no other Liberation Front member has ever given you. The leaders of the front want this. There will be no more duster talk. There'll be duster talk. You know how we are. There'll be dirty fucking spacers and we'll be dusters. But you know.
When thumbs
But
up.
they want this. They want this. I made them see that Mars is the ally that they need. I risked my life to put this idea into their heads. Now I'm here.
Are you passing the baton? Like, and you should take advantage.
So she
Wait, can... Oh, never mind.
Can you roll?
Yeah, I
talk
think at this
again,
point, the
Constantine?
person who's standing out, I've told Arlene to collect them, and she has like the vibro knife. That's her weapon of choice,
Sure.
Can
and
we
I wanna
roll a, like,
see her
collective-
try. I've singled her out to Arlene, and I want to see her try.
Okay.
We
Okay.
trained to do this.
Yeah, so the camera kind of pans around and sees what Morgan's just seen, which is the person at the back of the room that Morgan's been watching. She's leaving, and I think she like gets to the door, and we see Arlene like step
Standing.
between her and the door, and there's a short like exchange that we can't hear, and can you Morgan,
Yep.
I need you to roll me something. I'm not sure what it is just yet. Let me have a look at.
Either talk to have like convinced
Leadership?
her that she should, or lead. Yeah, lead.
Yeah, I
lead
think
works.
lead works.
I always forget lead's a skill in this because it's never used.
Well,
It's being used right now.
it's
It's like
being
one of those
used.
skills that you never normally use. I mean,
It's a horrible thing because I have a -1,
Oh shit.
but I have a +1 from charisma, so let's hope.
Flat 2d6.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Bad.
Nice.
Okay, so we see like we can hear like the background chatter of the group, which is kind of overpowering whatever conversation they're having, and we see the woman, whoever she is, like leans in to Arlene, and they have a short hushed conversation. Arlene like almost like rocks back, and like looks like she's like thinking something over. We see her like we see her look towards Morgan, and then back at the woman in front of her, and she shakes her head and holds up whatever weapon you said she had.
Yep,
And
it's the knife.
Yeah, the woman surrenders. She like her hands go to her side, like out to her side, and she still looks like she's trying to get through to Arlene, but Arlene isn't having any of it at this point.
Does anyone else notice?
I think this is when Morgan well,
Points
it
her
seems we have intruder in our midst.
I lift my arms out and like part the tide of people like Moses.
Sure. Yeah, they move.
Bring her here.
And yeah, she gets pushed forward.
when makes connection.
And there are like curses and shouts from this group. I think something gets like thrown at her, and like hits her, like glances her across like the brow, and like blood starts to like leak from like the side of her eyebrow and starts to like run down her face.
As soon as that hits her, I put up a hand and say, "Wait. Talk first. Perhaps lynch later. Just not right now. We need her."
Gwen has made a connection, and she's just reading her thoughts.
Yeah, let me have a look to see what you get from that.
I mean,
I
it
need
would
to
be
look
like
at it
being
now.
at a concert hall, except everyone wants to kill you.
Yeah, pretty much. And everyone is a criminal, like basically. Okay, I need to pull up.
Not
Yeah, we're-
Morgan.
All criminals.
PDF, yeah.
We've all done very illegal things. Very, very illegal things.
Oh,
I
illegal.
never did illegal things until I joined this group. So
You've done them now, buddy.
Do you have the
No.
text for what that connection gives you? Gwen?
I don't have it written down, but I will get it for you in a second.
I think we do this
I'm in
every
the process of loading up the book. Yeah, it's because I don't open the book before I start.
Same.
Isn't there some way you can put it in the character sheet?
Yeah, you should
there is,
just
but I
write it
don't-
as a foci, or
Oh, fuck, where did I save the book? I do this every time.
yeah, you should definitely just write it as a foci. And
Yeah,
then
I'm going to
use
do that now. Just give me a second.
Drill down into the target's memories. Give a 1 or 2 second answer to any single question they ask. Answering the vision of target collections. Target can make a mental saving throw to resist the power. Okay.
That goes in foci.
Are you drilling, or are you just like keeping surface motions?
Wait, that's actually the wrong one. Thank you. No, I'm doing the surface emotion right now, which is this. She still gets a saving throw from it though.
Yeah. Second's awareness of the target's surface cognition, sophisticated enough to read the current thoughts. They can't pick up memories or non-obvious connections. Target gets a mental saving throw. Okay, cool.
I mean, this is the point where you shed your cloak and reveal that you're Batman, or you don't. So,
okay, I need a. Yeah, she
Wow.
fails. Okay, so you get like. I think her thoughts are something on the lines of how she's gonna get out of this. Like there's like plans running through her head. I don't think like anything is really connected enough to like get specific details.
So like panic.
No, I think panic. Like,
no.
This is very collected. Like she's thinking through
okay.
options.
This would be Constantine entering a stage, having rehearsed the concert, and being like, I have a plan for this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is like.
anything in particular pops out.
I don't think so.
Like nothing that like
because you
anyone
don't get
can
like
that.
you don't get non-obvious connections. And I don't think there's anything obvious about her right now. So.
Okay, so she's not like
It's
thinking
just
about
calm and collected.
away or
That's
something.
the
Yeah.
thought.
Well, calm and collected and like improvising, right? She's
Okay.
taking in the situation and improvising.
Okay, that works.
Yeah,
So when she's brought forward, the first thing I do is wipe the blood from her head with my hand.
Okay.
And then you can say what you are gonna say.
No, I mean she was literally what she was going to do is be like, "Can I?" and like wipe the blood away from herself. So you've taken that. So she stands there with you.
Oh, you take it from her. Oh.
And like I said, she's looking at her now in front of this group. Like she definitely doesn't fit in. Her posture is too good. She's standing almost proudly. Her hair is in a neat tight bun behind her head. She looks too clean.
Oh my
Hey.
God! You just hear Morgan say in the background, "Is that the Martian version of a James Bond?"
What's a James Bond?
And yeah, she's looking at you, Constantine, for you to say something.
I look at. Is she a Martian?
Yep.
So, why were you going about to leave?
Shrugs.
Why, she heard all she needed.
Yeah, shrugs says, I heard all I needed to. From Constantine. Didn't even know you were back on
You
the
don't
planet.
sound very impressed.
She shrugs. It's a plan. I don't think it's a particularly good one, but it's a plan.
Then what would you recommend? I brought people here to speak out against the EDF, not to just force my ideas upon them. Speak.
She shrugs. She says, I'm here to see where the dice fall. And I'm interested to see where the dice fall. Your plan is as good as any other one I've heard. I'd be interested.
So, you come here, try to leave without drawing any attention to yourself. Say you're here to see where the dice are cast. However, you don't say a group. You don't say any names. We're going to need that if we're going to trust you.
She shrugs. I didn't ask you to trust me.
I'm not talking about me. And then I kind of point to the angry people around her.
Yeah, like, I don't think she look. She's just staring at you. And she says, she kind of like chuckles. She says, what? Is Constantine really going to allow an angry mob to kill an innocent and unarmed woman?
Oh no, he would hand you to those guys over there. And Morgan points to the organized revolutionaries.
She looks. And Gwen, you get the fact that like she knows who they are.
Yeah.
And she looks back at Constantine and she says, "And you're just going to let that happen?" An
I
unarmed
don't
woman.
want to let that happen, but if you say these words to the EDF, every person in this room dies, or worse, gets sent to the dark side of the moon.
Pink Floyd starts playing.
Yeah, comfortably numb. Yeah, starts playing in the background.
She kind of leans back on her heels and says, "I'm not here with a group. I'm here by myself. Like I said, I'm here to see where the die is fall. See which
Tell
group
us,
comes out on top."
who are you?
Liam, when I use my bioscanner on someone, can it detect augmented? Like the biological factor of it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a significant enough change.
I want to scan her.
Yeah, she's not.
Like, I met a sound.
I'm more interested in
that self.
if she's carrying like a listening device or something.
Mm. Do you say that in character?
Oh no, Morgan does not say anything.
God damn.
He's like the consummate professional. He's like, well, at any rate, we should take her from this scene and into a private place.
We will do that, but I want to... What is your name?
She
Gotta-
pauses as Liam pulls
Should
up
really have that random name generator up at all times, Liam.
Come on now,
Bro.
her name is Snow. I know it already.
Oh god. Please no.
Steve.
Dude, that's terrible. They're terrible names.
From down the road.
Actually,
Yeah.
good names. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. That'll work.
Jessica.
Jessica?
Said
Yeah.
exactly like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's why I said it like that.
Space Australian.
Well, it's the sci-fi of Jessica. Can't be Jessica, it has to be Jessica.
I found a way to generate random 5th edition characters.
No, it doesn't fit in
This is
says,
not helpful, not.
Thank you, Dad.
Zoe Martin.
So,
And she says, "I already know your name."
And do you know it just from this, or do you know it from my music career?
She shrugs. Used to have a poster of you on my bedroom wall when I was a kid. Not anymore. A little bit older for that now.
You're never too old to have the heart of a romantic and the brain of a warrior. So-
she kind of, yeah, I think like her hands like go out to the side. She says, "So, what now, Constantine?"
Well, the first thing I will do, because I know in the deepest parts of me, these people aren't going to trust you on thing. Morgan, search her.
Sure.
Ignore these, I'm just testing them.
He
Guys,
will escort
yes,
her out of
so-
the room towards like a security thing.
Sure,
Coffee room.
you escort her out of the room to a different room. There's not like a security thing here, but you just take it to a different
Yeah.
room. That's fine. Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
it's the pause. It's the coffee maker and the fridge.
Sure. Yeah. It's like whatever office was attached to this.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you're led into the room, she says, "I have a hand terminal in my pocket, and ID. That's it."
That's great. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Yeah, she just keeps them out to her side.
What's the
gentle,
rest
big
of
man.
the crowd doing?
They're
And
unhappy.
yeah, you just like, yeah, let's lynch this person. Maybe not.
I lean over to Constantine. And I guess I'm still Osiris. You could give her to me. I could use another...
Matua? No.
I'm whispering this to Constantine.
Oh.
I could use another Research
Still,
participant.
no.
I run my hand through my hair.
This
And then I
fucking
look at
person,
you
holy
and say-
shit.
She's extremely
Oh,
overactive.
she's Morgan 2.0.
You say that about her, and I say, I don't want that to happen because if we start spilling Martian blood just for ideological differences, we are no better than the EDF. However, if she is a problem, you will be the first person I go to, Missoula. Just don't make sure she doesn't die on a fucking medical board somewhere.
My name's
that's
Osiris, Constantine.
No.
Of course, Osiris.
So what do I find on this woman?
Yes, you find a compad, you find a hand terminal, and you find ID.
And her idea is?
It's essentially, it's
Zoe.
almost like, it's like the equivalent of like a driver's license, right? So it's like, Zoe Martin, date of birth, Martian. It probably gives a,
Blood
it gives an address, and it probably gives a, like, home, what do I call them?
An address?
Well, no, it gives an address, but it also would probably give a home, like a birth region of Mars. So it'd be like Martian, and then it'd be like, you know, Olympus Mons, for example. She's not Olympus Mons, but like Olympus Mons would be an example.
Shit,
So
donut.
class.
Right. And I'm assuming Gwen is with me at this moment.
Oh, was it, sorry?
Are you with me, or did you just decide to hold a long distance phone call with her?
I'm basically on the stage with you guys, so yeah.
Yeah,
She,
I'm assuming, and this is just me, as we walked, Morgan waved you over.
Yeah,
To
I'm
come
being
with.
with you then.
And the driver's license says Zoe what?
Martin.
Martin.
It's very close to Martian.
Didn't even think of that.
Zoe Martin, and when I looked at her during this conversation, she did something in her jacket. There was a glowing thing. Was
Sure.
that just her compad, or?
Yeah, it's the same pocket you found the hand terminal in, right?
Yeah. So he hands it to Gwen, and he's like, "Open it."
I look at her, and does she do anything?
There's you get a moment of panic, right? Like from the surface thoughts. She doesn't react visually in any way.
Gwen smiles and goes to work on it. Fix or program? Because I'm hacking into it.
Program.
I think
yeah.
they're both the same fucking role for you, aren't they?
Yeah.
Program.
So
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. You unlock it. It's got
I have +2 to both of them.
rudimentary like security system in place, which you get through.
What do I find?
It's a hand terminal for Zoe Martin. It's recording audio.
Looks like she's been
is it
recording.
sending it somewhere?
Is it sending anything?
No, it's saving to the local network, which is it's not something that she would have set up, right? Like that it just saves to local network.
Yeah. It looks like she's recording to the local network. I wonder who could access this. Did I delete the recording?
Okay.
Local network would just be like in the phone,
It's like
right?
it's like you know Google Drive, right? It's saving to
Yeah.
the cloud.
Which EDF could probably easily access if they wanted to.
Just like the cloud.
I mean, with a 14, you would sort of know if anyone accessed it during your.
It was like, has it? I doubt it, but has anything been accessed on it by the EDF at all?
Well,
No, not on her
I
terminal.
was gonna assume it didn't save, right? Because if it's still recording, and
Well,
the
yeah,
file
it's still
never
recording.
finished-
It hasn't like.
Yeah, like
uploaded,
I
right?
stopped the record and delete it, basically.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's like you stop and it's like, do you want to save this recording? It's like no.
Well then, Zoe Martin. You appear to not be an undercover cop. That's
How much
Plus
money's in the
side.
bank account?
Average amount. Like
Average amount.
she gets paid whatever job she does. She gets paid like
You forgot
slightly below average
Arlene's
salary.
gambling money.
Nah. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so Morgan says to her that the good news is you appear to not be an undercover cop.
She smiles. That's because I'm not.
What I want to know is why were you recording? I'm fairly sure we had a sign up saying no photography or video.
No photography, no recording.
No flash photography.
That's an actual quote. My fucking character bio too.
Yeah.
No flash photography.
She shrugs, says, "I don't have the best memory. Like I said, I'm here to see where the dice fall. I take note of who says what. It's important.
For whom?
For me."
That's... You're just a
Any-
concerned citizen?
on
Is
his
that it?
face?
She nods. Concerned citizen. Do you wanna? Does someone wanna roll me like a
Oh yeah, I want to insight check this girl.
Yeah, basically inside check.
Leo, do I find anything interesting on her Facebook?
Is
No,
this,
I
this
don't
is
think
just
she- I don't
more
think she has
notice,
one.
right?
Yeah, just like notice with charisma.
Like, this entire time this conversation going on, Gwen just flipping through her pad.
Yeah,
This
so
is-
she doesn't like it's pretty empty, right? Like she has a few contacts that's like friends' names and stuff like that.
Is it suspiciously empty or just empty?
No, it's just like she's a person who doesn't have like social media or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
or
she's
it's actually
me.
she probably has social media. There's just like not a lot on there.
Yeah.
There'd be like a pretty basic photo of herself, and then like no real information about